hot stuff coming through. Next, the dessert show with Debbi Fields, sugar and spice and everything delicious. Then Cafe Olé. Chef F takes you south of the border in a celebration of Spanish and Latin cuisines. So come and get it only on the TV Food Network.
You are so adorable. Let's wrap you in sugar and spice and everything nice. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Sometimes the road of life can be a bumpy one, and along the way you gotta take your knocks. That's why there's Corelle. Its beauty enlivens even the simplest meal, while its durability ensures it'll be around for many meals to come, no matter where the road may lead you. Beautifully durable Corelle, designed for living.
To train a gold medalist, it took me 16 years of coaching and about 100,000 miles of skating. That takes a lot of juice. Sunsweet prune juice. All the juice you need.
Peekaboo! I see you in a bulky diaper that just might leak. But I see something better. Love's Ultra Leak Guards, nearly 50% thinner and still great at stopping leaks.
Look, upside down. This super absorbent leak guard layer soaks up wetness faster.
So I see you, and I don't see leaks. And wait till Mommy sees our nice low price. Love's Ultra Leak Guards. Say hello, Thin. Bye-bye, leaks.
It's party time, people. So pick up those party platters. Pick up some pickles. Some Vlasic pickles. Pick up your poultry, your pot roast. Save a pickle platter. But be sure and pick the perfect pickle. Pick a Vlasic. The perfect pickle for piking it up.
Are you cooking Thanksgiving dinner this year? The TV Food Network has a special collection of classic Thanksgiving recipes prepared by Drew Neporant, renowned chef, restaurateur, and host of the TV Food Network's special presentation, Thanksgiving Dinner. Call 1-900-2-TURKEY to order your TV Food Network Thanksgiving recipe collection and cook along with Drew. The call and the recipes are yours for just $2.95. From cornmeal battered oysters to maple glazed acorn squash, roast turkey with smoked sausage or wild rice stuffing, plus a whole array of delicious desserts, this special Thanksgiving recipe collection will be yours to share with family and friends for years to come. Join the TV Food Network for our special presentation, Thanksgiving Dinner, and watch Drew Neporant prepare these delicious recipes. Call 1-900-2-TURKEY now to order your TV Food Network Thanksgiving recipe collection.
Fresh Produce A to Z, brought to you by Del Monte Fresh Produce. Freshness you know by name.
Hi, welcome to Fresh Produce A to Z. I'm Robin Vitetta. Today's Fresh Produce pick is pumpkin. Pumpkins are a type of winter squash, yet over 75% of all pumpkins are sold in October for the sole purpose of the perfect jack-o'-lantern. But there's so much more to a pumpkin than home for a candle. Now, once you get your pumpkin home, the one for eating, here's what to do. Grab it firmly by the stem end and slice in half, just like that. Then remove the seeds with a spoon. Okay? Now, I have one already ready to slice. Slice it into chunks, like this, and then cook it. You can stew, roast, steam, saute, or bake, like in a pie. But don't pitch those seeds. Wash them and remove the flesh and membranes and pat dry. Spread them out on a baking sheet, sprinkle with salt, and bake for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. They make an excellent snack. Pumpkins are very nutritious. They're high in vitamin A, calcium, and potassium, and very low in calories, too. Don't use pumpkins just for jack-o'-lanterns anymore. Take advantage of this excellent vegetable. It's perfect. And join me next time for more produce picks on the Television Food Network.
Hello there, and welcome to the Dessert Show. I'm Debbi Fields, and do I have something wonderful for you today? Now, everybody knows that dessert is the very best part of the meal. In fact, these desserts are so wonderful that you and your family may have a very difficult time waiting to the end of your meal to try them. And what are we going to be doing today? Our desserts are going to be focused on New England classics. We'll be making very easy apple crisps, and then, of course, pumpkin shortcake with cranberry apple topping. And then right now, we're going to be making Boston brown bread. The ingredients that you will need are as follows. You will need a half a cup of yellow cornmeal, a half a cup of whole wheat flour, a half a cup of rye flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of buttermilk, half a cup of light molasses, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, a quarter cup of chopped walnuts, and flavored cream cheese. Now, did you know that Boston brown bread was popular among the 16th and 17th century New England Protestants who served it on the Sabbath with, of course, guess what? Boston baked beans. Okay, and what we're going to do today is we're actually going to serve it as a breakfast bread. It's wonderful. It's a very dense bread, and it's very hearty. And you can use some interesting toppings to really add and enhance the flavor. And some of our suggestions, of course, is to actually go out now and purchase some of the flavored cream cheese available in the supermarket. You can get strawberry or pineapple, or you can actually make your own flavored cream cheese, as we are going to be doing today. And I've got cream cheese that has been softened at room temperature, and you can take preserves, you can take fresh fruit, and just simply, pour that in and mix it up. Or you can even take dry ingredients like dried cherries. You can even add walnuts. You can make all of this at home using just cream cheese. And that way you can have a lot of variety in your refrigerator. Okay, also, I just wanted to let you know that today we're going to be using whole wheat. And I wanted to show you the differences of whole wheat versus, of course, your all-purpose. Now, whole wheat contains is higher in fiber and nutritional fat, as you can see right here. It's browner. And the reason is it's milled from the whole kernel and contains the actual germ. Okay, so now let's get ready to make the Boston brown bread. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the liquid ingredients. The liquid ingredients, I've got my buttermilk. I'm going to add the light molasses, which is always very difficult in coming out. And remember, one way to encourage it to be a little bit easier to slide out is if you take your cup and add a little bit of vegetable oil and just coat it with like a little pastry brush, put your molasses in, and when you go to pour it, then it will come out much easier and will not stick. Okay, then after you add the molasses, you're going to add your butter, and then I always like to sprinkle in my brown sugar. And now, just in case you have sugar that is really dry, do you remember how to make it nice and moist again so you don't have to throw it away? What you do with your brown sugar is you take that dry, tough sugar, and you put it in a bag, add a slice of an apple, and what's terrific is the brown sugar will become moist again, and you can use it in your recipe, so you don't need to throw it away. Also, keep it in a sealed plastic bag, of course, with the apple while it's trying to become moist, and you'll be really pleased. Okay, now once this is blended, what we're going to do is we're going to take our dry ingredients and put them all together. I have in my bowl the cornmeal. I'm going to add the rye flour, the whole wheat flour, the baking powder, the soda, and of course the salt. I'm going to use my whisk, and I'm going to whisk, 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 and this is my form of sifting. Now, you want to make sure everything gets blended using this whisk, and remember the whisk. The best whisks to buy are the ones where it's obviously in the shape of a balloon when you take a look at it like that, and the more wires, then the better the whisk is for sifting. If you have a whisk at home that have just a few wires, it really doesn't do what you need it to do to actually sift the dry ingredients. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is add our liquid to our dry, and we're going to also add our nuts, and I've just added walnuts. Now, once again, if you would like to substitute a nut for one that you love, then you should absolutely do that. You don't have to use walnuts. Also, if you are allergic to nuts, then you do not have to put them into this recipe. You can even, this will not make, of course, the traditional Boston baked bread, but you can also add raisins if you have to have raisins, if you love raisins. Okay. Now, once this is fully blended, we're going to now take it and we're going to put it into a bread pan. I've gone ahead and it's been greased, as you can see, and we're going to place that in. This is, as I said, it's a very hearty bread. If you've never had it before, the best way to describe it is that it has a very strong molasses flavor, and it's very, very dense. You can taste the fiber. When you take a bite of it, you can taste because of the wheat flour, you can taste the fiber, and so it's really hearty. It's very good. It's very dense. It's not very sweet. Okay, now once that goes in, what we're going to do is we're going to spray this with vegetable oil. And you want to create a little tent to go over this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a big bowl. And I've gone ahead and put a little bowl because I need to lift it up so that it doesn't sit directly on top of the heat, because we're basically going to cook this by steaming it. And so get any kind of bowl that will work and place that in the bottom. And then we're going to put the bread on top. And then we're going to add water. Now, we're going to be simmering it. So you want to set it on simmer, and you want to add your water. Of course, you want to make sure that the water does not go above the bread line. So you want to come down and make sure that as soon, there you go, that's perfect. You don't want it immersed in water. You want it to sit on top of it. Then you want to take the cover and you want to place it on top. Then you want to go do something because it's going to take about 2.5 hours, anywhere from 2.5 hours. You'll know when it's done, when you have a chance to remove it and you actually stick a toothpick and it comes out clean, okay? Then, when it's warm, I recommend, that you let it, you serve it when it's warm, and then you, of course, top it with the flavored cream cheeses that we talked about. And let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. We have gone ahead and made chocolate, because that's one of my favorite ingredients, chocolate cream cheese. And this is what you would serve if you wanted to have it for dessert. But remember, it's not very sweet. So the way I would eat it is I would take these slices, and then I would put it in the toaster, and then I would eat it for breakfast bread, because it's full of fiber and it's not very sweet. And it's just a great alternative in terms of a wonderful breakfast brunch snack. Okay, come right back because we've got some more New England classic desserts for you to try.
Do you feel you know your pizza delivery guy a little too well? Then it's time you learned how to boil water.
Anybody can do it.
Slice, dice, chop, and saute your way to great meals.
Potluck's got nothing to do with it.
Susan Cranwinkle teaches you the basics of cooking, from peeling garlic to creating the perfect pasta. Learn how to become courageous in the kitchen on How to Boil Water, only on the TV Food Network. Tonight at 7.
Kraft helps you make holiday magic with Philly 3-Step Cheesecake. Just mix, pour, and bake. Look inside the box for the Philly Cream Cheese 3-Step recipe. For a taste so rich and creamy, they'll be amazed. Make holiday magic tonight with Philadelphia cream cheese.
It's rough being a grandpa during gift-giving season. I got 8 grandkids. Last I counted. But this year I'm going to Burger King for these wonderful Disney glasses from Coca-Cola. There's that cute kid, Pinocchio, Snow White, magical Disney classics. The glasses are just 89 cents at Burger King with any Whopper value meal. So the kids get their favorite Disney glasses, and I eat every Whopper. It is better to give than to receive.
Burger King, get your burger's worth.
57 channels and still nothing interesting?
I want my TV.
Fed up with TV you have to hide from the kids?
I want my TV.
The TV Food Network. Cooking, dining, news, talk, and health.
I want my TV.
I want
want my TV.
The TV Food Network is TV.
I want my TV.
Welcome back to the dessert show. We're going to be making pumpkin shortcake with cranberry apple topping. This is wonderful. This is a new twist to shortcake. And talking about shortcake, did you know that the short in shortcake or shortbread actually refers to the high portion of shortening used in the recipes? But today we're using butter. Okay, now, if you don't have pumpkin pie spice and you want to make this wonderful recipe, not to worry. We can make it at home. What you do is you take ginger and add 1 teaspoon of ginger to allspice, which is also 1 teaspoon, and then add nutmeg, which is 1 teaspoon, and of course cinnamon, which is 1 teaspoon. And you blend, 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 and you now have pumpkin pie spice homemade. Okay, also our recipe today calls for honey, and I just wanted to show you that there are so many wonderful varieties of honey that you can purchase, and it's based on what you like. Now the most common, of course, is clover honey, but I just wanted to show you right here in front of me. You can see the difference from just color, and of course the color will in fact give you a different flavor, and you can look at that right now. Also, this is how my honey usually looks in my kitchen. It gets crystallized. Can you see how it gets crystallized? And it loses its fluidity, and it basically doesn't move. Don't ever throw it away. What you can do is you take this honey, and if you have a microwave, then take the metal off. You never want metal in your microwave. Put it in your microwave on low-medium heat for, like 30 seconds, and you'll begin to see it begin to melt and become fluid again. Or if you don't have a microwave, what you can do is get a saucepan, fill it with water, put the honey in it, and it will also become fluid at that point. So don't throw it away. Just because it crystallizes doesn't mean you have to throw that honey away. Okay, now the ingredients that you need for the pumpkin shortcake, cranberry apple topping, you need 1 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 cup of plain yogurt, 1/4 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of pumpkin pulp, a 1/4 cup of honey, 1 teaspoon of orange peel, and 1 egg. Then for the fruit, you need 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of orange peel, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 1/2 cup of cranberries, a 1/4 cup of green apples, 1/2 cup of apple cider, a 1/4 cup of toasted pecans. The pumpkin cream has 1 cup of cream, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 cup of pumpkin pulp, and of course, did you get that all down? Listen, at the end of the show, I will tell you how to get all these wonderful recipes. And you're sitting there going, for all of those ingredients, is this worth making? And the answer is yes. If you love pumpkin, you're going to really enjoy this. This is a different twist to, how you have usually shortcake with strawberries. This is just a wonderful twist, and it's great to have, of course, during the fall season. Okay, let's get ready to make it. What we're going to do is we've got butter, and that butter is, in fact, melting right now over the sauce, over the low-medium heat. And I'm going to add apples and cranberries, and then, of course, the brown sugar sprinkled in. And now we have our cinnamon, our orange peel, our cloves, and our pecans will come at the end. We want to stir those in. And of course, our cider. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to blend all of this together. You're just going to stir, make sure everything gets nice and blended. Then once it gets blended, it's going to take a while to actually set up, okay? And once it becomes nice and tender and has had a chance to cook down a little bit, we're getting rid of the excess water, then this is what it will look like when it comes out. Now this is when you want to add your pecans to the cooled fruit mixture. And then of course you're going to stir it. And you can see it's much thicker. It's not going to be a syrup. It's just going to have a little bit of the water cooked out of it. Okay, now once that's done, we're going to actually begin to make our shortcake. I'm going to take the whipping cream, and to that, and of course I've already whipped the whipping cream, and I'm going to add the pumpkin pulp. And make sure when you buy the, if you buy the pumpkin pulp in the can, make sure it says pure pumpkin, because you want to make sure that you get full flavor. Okay, we're going to fold the pumpkin pulp into the whipped cream. And this is going to be our frosting. So we're going to blend this and make sure it gets all incorporated. Now once this is blended, you want to put it back in the refrigerator so it stays nice and cold until you're actually ready to use it on your shortcake. And of course it will make it more of an orange colored whipping cream, which is what the pumpkin does to it. Okay, now that's going to go in the refrigerator, and we're actually going to now make our shortcake. Our shortcake, get a big bowl, add to that flour, and then we're going to add our brown sugar, sprinkling that in, and our baking soda, and our baking powder, and our orange peel. And then we're going to start blending the dry ingredients. Now, you want to get this all blended. Now, I'm adding my yogurt. Now, remember, if you don't have yogurt, you know you can substitute sour cream for yogurt. If you don't have sour cream, then, and you have cottage cheese in your refrigerator, then take the cottage cheese out of the refrigerator, put it into a strainer with a cup underneath to collect all of the water. It'll take a couple of hours, but then you could use cottage cheese as a substitute. Okay, I'm going to add my egg. My butter. The honey. The pumpkin pulp. It's always great to use a spatula to get all of your ingredients out of your bowl and into your recipe. That way you're certain to get all of the flavors so that they all react well and taste really, really good. Okay, now I'm going to also add my pumpkin spice. Now from this point, I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it into a cake pan that has been prepared with butter and flour. Let me show you what that looks like. I've gone ahead and prepared it with butter and flour, and then that will keep it from sticking. And then we're going to take it and put it into the pan. We're going to set our oven at 350 degrees. We're going to be baking for about 35 minutes. And then, of course, when you do this, you want to always make sure that you spread it so that it's evenly spread. And you're going to then, as I said, you're going to be baking it for at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. Then it's going to bake, and then you're going to take it out of the oven. You're going to let it cool, okay? And then we're going to slice it. Now, when you get ready to slice it, we're going to slice it in 2 layers. Now, I've got this this is a wonderful little apparatus. If you have the opportunity to go to a kitchen store and pick this up, this is wonderful for slicing cakes. You know why? Ever since I found this, I have wonderful even slices as opposed to crooked slices. So my cakes no longer look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But this is terrific. So what you do is you just come over here and you want to put some pressure on it and just saw. And you have it on an even platform. And it just is so easy. It just glides right through. It's terrific. And it's just a terrific tool. Okay, now we're going to take this, remove the slice in half. And I'm going to now take my fruit topping and, of course, the whipping cream that we've mixed with the pumpkin. We're going to take that out of the refrigerator. And we're going to start with the topping. We're going to add that right to the pumpkin shortbread. Then we're going to add the topping on top of it, which is the whipped cream. Spread that on top. And then we're going to add the next layer. It's really great. I mean, take a look. It's really wonderful. Add the next layer. And you're going to continue with adding the fruit and, of course, the whipped topping. Now, let me show you what it looks like when it's ready to serve for your guests. Now, take a look at this. Isn't this wonderful? Doesn't that look great? I mean, it's wonderful. It's really a great, great, great dessert to try. Okay, come right back because we've got some more New England classics for you.
She may only vaguely remember getting her first doll or having her first slumber party, but those Sunday morning Bisquick pancake breakfasts are going to stick with her.
The difference. When Chardonnay is made from expensive coastal grapes, fine Chardonnay has to be made expensively. It just doesn't have to be sold that way. Napa Ridge Chardonnay, a great tasting wine, and unmistakable value.
So, which bleach is better on tough stains? She says Biz is better. That's Ultra Biz. He says his is better. His is a leading color-safe bleach. We let the stain set in overnight. Then,
1 small scoop of Ultra Biz here.
Twice as much color-safe bleach here.
Hey!
And the winner is...
Biz!
What?
Biz is better than his.
Ultra Biz, the better stain getter.
Stop the mess. This kitchen disaster is over at last. Experience the new joy of cooking with Kitchen Joy Crispy Cover. Direct from the finest kitchens in Europe, Kitchen Joy puts a lid on spatters and burns. Kitchen Joy traps spatters and grease and keeps your kitchen clean while the results are so tasty and delicious. Kitchen Joy's patented heat retention system keeps food juicy and crisp. Kitchen Joy is easy to use for sautéing, pan roasting, and grilling on the stovetop, or for preparing a perfect roast in the oven. And Kitchen Joy fits all your pots and pans from 9.5 to 11 inches in diameter. Stop the mess with Kitchen Joy. Kitchen Joy sells for $70 in Europe, but is now available in the U.S. for only $49.95 and comes with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. Enjoy no-fuss cooking made easy with the original Kitchen Joy Crispy Cover. Now available in the U.S. Call toll-free to order your Kitchen Joy and save $20 off the original price. Call 1-800-336-9494 or send $49.95 plus $4.90 shipping and handling to Kitchen Joy, P.O. Box 68618, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Welcome back to the Dessert Show. Are you ready to make an easy apple crisp? It's great. Here's the ingredients you need. You need 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of sifted flour, 1 cup of quick oatmeal, 1/3 cup of melted butter, and 1 can of apple pie filling. And what do? You get a bowl, have your quick oatmeal in it, add to that your brown sugar, and of course the flour, and then the butter, and this forms the crumb topping for the bottom and, of course, the top of the apple crisp. It's a very easy, quick recipe. Once this is nice and moist, you then want to spray your dish so it doesn't stick, and then you're going to take half of this, and it is going to be a crumbly mixture, and you're going to take a little bit of this and put it on the bottom and press. That's going to form the crust. And then you can use your apple pie filling, or you can have fresh apples. I would recommend fresh apples, but if you don't have time, you can use the apple pie filling. Put that on top and spread, and then, of course, come back with the remaining crumb topping, sprinkle that on top, put it in a 350-degree oven. It will bake about 15 minutes or until brown, and that's when you want to serve it hot with ice cream or just by itself, and it's really quick, it's easy, and it's wonderful. Now, this is how you get the recipes for today's New England classics. Write to me at The Dessert Show, care of TVFN, Post Office Box 5458, New York, New York, 10185, and please remember to enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope for show 3110. And what did we have a chance to make today? The New England classic desserts, where we made our easy apple crisp. It really makes a difference when you serve it warm, fresh from the oven. And then, of course, the pumpkin shortcake with the cranberry apple topping. This is really a wonderful, moist, terrific cake for you to try. And then, of course, our Boston brown bread. Now, this is something that you, of course, can have with your Boston baked beans or try it for breakfast. Have a great day. Until then, take great care of yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Guests and staff of the Dessert Show stay at the Clubhouse Inn, Nashville, just minutes away from Opryland. Complimentary breakfast and evening receptions make you feel at home. Call 1-800-CLUB-IN. The Dessert Show is a Reedland production.